Hello and welcome back to another episode of Parade of Paws. I'm Officer Thomas Anderson with the Casa Grande Police Department, and with me today is Animal Control Officer Stephanie Beltran. Hi Stephanie, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Hey, tell the folks right off the bat, how long have you been working with the Animal Care and Adoption Center?
It's going to be a year.
A year. So you're the rookie here, right?
Yes.
All right, but a year's pretty good. So we're glad to have you, and today we're going to highlight a few cats and quite a few dogs, and maybe talk about some safety issues now that the summertime heat is here, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, are you ready to start showcasing cats right off the bat?
Sure.
Well, let's do that. I believe our first cat is named Penguin, right?
Yes, this is Penguin. It's a domestic short hair, male, neutered. He's about 2 years old. He likes to hide. He goes into boxes. He hides under the blankets. He has a real nice personality to him. He's a little nervous right now.
He's a big boy too,
Come on,
isn't
baby.
he? About how much does Penguin weigh, do you think?
About 8 to 10 pounds.
And Penguin being black and white has nothing to do with his name. Right?
It does.
Okay.
He looks like a penguin. That's what we named him that. He usually has a nice posture to him. He doesn't want to stand up.
That's all right. All right, and that's Penguin. Our next cat, I believe, has a special name of Ice Cream, right?
Yes. This is Ice Cream because she's solid white. It's a domestic short hair, male, about 10 months.
Now, the last two cats that have been here now are named Penguin and Ice Cream. These are very unique names. But when someone adopts a pet, they don't have to keep that name.
No, they can change it. It's just so we have it.
So you have a way of tracking these cats while they're here, right? All right. But Ice Cream's a pretty cute name.
Yes. Unique. Vanilla Ice Cream.
Our next cat, I believe, is named Jade.
Okay. So this is Jade. She's a domestic short hair, female, about 2 years old. We named her Jade because her eyes are green.
And Jade's a little nervous, as most of the cats and dogs are. But she'll calm down for us here.
Yeah. Oops.
And how old is Jade?
About 2.
2.
2 years old. Yeah. She's a meower. She likes to be petted a lot. So.
That's good.
All
right, I believe we have one more cat to meet and showcase today. Okay, and here comes Carmen. Not the smallest cat in the bunch, right?
No. She is a domestic short hair, female, spayed. She is about 3 years old, and she is declawed in all 4 paws.
Now, most cats aren't declawed in all 4 paws.
No, it's usually the front ones that are declawed. It's usually so you can keep them indoors and they don't scratch up your furniture and do all that stuff.
So it's important to know if your cat is declawed, whether it's 2 or 4, so that you're careful about letting them outside because they can't defend themselves.
Yes, correct. They can't fend for themselves, so it's best to keep them indoors when they're declawed.
All right, she seems pretty calm too.
She is. She's a big baby, big couch potato.
So we're about to transition to our dogs, right?
Yes.
And before we do, I was wondering if you could share with our viewers a little bit about safety issues. We always talk about different safety issues based on what time of the year it is. And I know it's only March, but it's already hot. We've already had some temperatures up into the 90s. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about some precautions they could take as far as the heat, letting their pets outside, inside, that kind of thing?
Well, having them outside, even inside, always having them a nice fresh water every day. Having shade for them, area where they can roam around if they're going to have them inside. Outside, you're going to want them shaded. They're not a doghouse. A doghouse gets warm. It usually protects them from the rain, cold, but when it's hot, it gets warm in there. So you wouldn't just want to have that. You would want to have shade for them. And also something you can think of getting for them is a pool so they can play around. Some dogs like it. You don't know until you try it. So.
And by pool, you mean probably like one of those little baby pools?
Yes, right? A plastic little pool.
And once again, I'm assuming you probably want to change out that water frequently as well, right? You don't want the water to get stale and dirty.
No, because sometimes they drink from that water too. Just that's another one.
So one more thing about the heat that you mentioned was having a fresh bowl of water, right?
Yes.
Can you talk just a little bit about the different types of bowls? Because sometimes we see people that have metal structures or metal bowls out in the sun. Is that a safe thing to have for your
No,
dog?
because it heats up and the water gets warm, or they touch it and they get burned because it does get hot.
Right, and not just their mouths or their tongues, but people need to keep in mind about the pavement as well, right? So if you only have rocks or concrete in your backyard or wherever you're keeping your pet, it's important that you know that if you don't have grass or something they can walk on that's not as hot, that you need to take that in consideration as well, right?
And also when you take them for walks in the summer, it's best to take them early in the morning or late in the afternoon when it's not as hot, just because the pavement does get hot.
Great, Stephanie. That's very good advice for our viewers. Thank you. So let's get started with our dogs. I believe the first one we have up is Pippin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is Pippin. It's a terrier mix. He's male. He's about 12 weeks.
He's a little skittish as well, right?
Yes, he's a little nervous, but he is really active. Well, he's back there. He plays, he jumps around, he barks, so he is active if you're looking for a puppy.
Great. That's Pippin. And another terrier mix I believe you have is Piper, right?
Yes. This is Piper. He is a terrier mix, male. Yes, he's 10 weeks.
And he's all puppy. Right?
Yes, he's teething right now. That's why he has a toy with him. He's real playful.
And how old is he again?
He's 10. He's
10
12.
weeks?
Yeah, 10 weeks.
10 weeks?
10 weeks.
All right. All right, that's Piper. So a little bit of an older dog next, I believe, is Joy, right?
Yes. This is Joy. She is about a year old. She is a female. Come here, baby.
And I don't know why Joy would be interested in the fire hydrant, but
Try not to get her that way. Come on. She is real playful. She likes to play with toys.
And at a year old, do you believe Joy will get any bigger, or probably full grown already?
Probably just a little bigger, but not much if she does.
Now, being a cattle dog, Joy probably needs some outside running
Yes,
room, right?
they would
lots of
you would
walks.
want to get them a house with a yard, not an apartment, nothing small like that.
All right, that's Joy.
Come on.
Thank you, Joy. And we'll move on to a lab mix named Jordan, I believe.
This is Jordan. She is 5 months, female. She is still a puppy.
Something we want our viewers to know is that the dogs and cats that we showcase out here, lots of times are just around each other. So when we bring them into a room with cameras and lots of other folks standing behind the cameras, they get a little bit nervous, right?
Yeah, they don't know what's going on.
Right, but they calm down pretty quick. As you can see, Jordan's already relaxing a little bit. All right, and that's Jordan. And this is Charlene, right? She's a shepherd mix, Australian shepherd mix?
Yes, and she is 5 years old. She might be old, but she is really playful. She likes to play with toys. She'll play with the puppies, so she is playful for an older dog. Hi, baby. Hi.
And even though she's 5, she probably needs to run as well, right?
Yes.
Being a shepherd.
So taking her for walks would help her not be this anxious like this.
All right, great. And that's Charlene. So we're showcasing a lot of active dogs today, and I believe this is another very active dog, a Border Collie mix. And
This one, he's
only a
not
baby,
as
right?
active just because he's so small. It's a Border Collie male. He's about 10 weeks. He has brown, like light brown spots on him.
Right. And that is Dragonfly, right?
Yes.
That's his name, Dragonfly. Excellent. A couple more dogs to showcase, and the next one is Spotty.
He's about a year old. He is real calm. He likes to sit down with you, but he is playful too.
Very unique look, right?
Yes. Just spots, huh? Spots.
All right, and that leads us to our last dog to showcase today, right?
Yes.
I believe our last dog is Peyton. And I think we've named Peyton in honor of the outgoing Peyton Manning, because we hope Peyton is going to be an outgoing pet for someone, right?
Yes. This is Peyton. He is a lab, he is a lab mix, male. He's about 10 weeks. Okay. He has green eyes.
He's just hunkered down a little bit for you, right?
Yep.
All right, excellent. That's Peyton. Now it's important to note, and maybe you can help me tell the viewers about this a little bit, these dogs and these cats are a little bit deceptive in their nature. So as we mentioned earlier, they get a little nervous out here. Some of them are the opposite. They get super excited when they come out here in front of the cameras and folks that they haven't seen before. So what people can expect when they get these animals home can maybe be completely different than what they might see on our show, right? So some of these dogs, like Spotty was just, Peyton was just kind of hunkered down, not moving much, but Peyton's probably going to relax, calm down, and be very active, right?
She will jump around, play around.
Especially being a lab mix. We all know labs like to jump around quite a bit, right? In the same way with the other ones, kind of like Spotty, who was jumping around quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll settle down as well as soon as he becomes comfortable with his family, right? Okay, great. So those are all of our cats and dogs that we want to showcase on today's episode. So now don't let that fool you. We've got plenty more. Those are just the ones we're showcasing today. So we would really love it if you came down and checked out some of these dogs and cats and maybe found a forever home for one of them in your home. And before we get to how people can do that, tell us if there are any events upcoming in the community that folks might want to come out and meet you and meet some of our other animal control officers and learn a little bit about the program here, right?
On April 2nd, we're having our public safety awareness from 10 to 3 at Sam's Club. We will be there. We'll have one of our dogs there to show for adoption.
Oh yeah, there's lots of other folks there, yeah. And I'll help you out a little bit with this because this is an event that we've been doing for about 7 years now. It's Public Safety Awareness Day. And we've typically always been in the Target parking lot at the Promenade Mall. And this year we're going to be sponsored by Sam's Club, so we'll be in their parking lot. So everyone will be able to see us pretty easily from the main road there at Florence Boulevard and I-10. And there will be quite a few law enforcement and first responder agencies like fire, EMS, and some helicopters, some canine demonstrations. So that's pretty cool from our law enforcement canines in the community. But the Animal Care and Adoption Center will have a booth there as you do every year. And what's interesting to know, you might not know this only being here a year, but every year that you all have had a booth out there, someone has decided they would like to take whichever animal is being showcased home with them. So it's been a very successful event for the Animal Care and Adoption Center and the city overall. So hopefully you all can come out and join us on that day from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on April 2nd for Public Safety Awareness Day. Maybe take your forever pet home with you, right? All right, do you know who it's going to be yet, or is that a kind of going to be a surprise?
Going to be a surprise.
Going to be a surprise? Good, great. So the time has come for us to let people know how they can get in contact with you here at the Animal Care and Adoption Center.
So you can contact us at 520-426-9300, and it is a voicemail system, so you would have to leave us a voicemail and we will get back to you. And then our address is 202 East First Avenue, so you can come down, and it is best to make an appointment just so you can catch us when we are here, because we are always on calls.
That's right. So in case you all didn't know that, we have 1, 2, 3, I believe 3 animal control officers and a supervisor, and some volunteers or maybe 4 animal control, something like that, 4 or 5 that they have working here, right? That might seem like a lot, but they're always out in the community working They're taking calls for service, and by that what we mean is they're out there checking on the welfare of animals, responding to calls for service from our citizens, you all. If you're concerned about animals, or if we see some violations possibly in the community, and they're out there doing that. And that means that the only folks here are the folks that are working with the animals, and they're pretty busy. So yes, it is best to make an appointment, right? And sometimes people cannot answer the phone. You're absolutely right. But please do, like Stephanie said, please leave a message, and they will get back to you, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's a couple of other ways that you can keep up with the pets that we showcase around here, and different programs that we have, like our spay and neuter clinics, and for example, Public Safety Awareness Day, where you can come out and meet some of the pets and the animal control officers. That's by keeping up with the city's website, which is www.casagrandeaz.gov, and of course there's arizonapetplates.org. You can keep up with various animals in the community that are up for adoption that way, right? And of course there's the city's Facebook and Twitter pages, and you can follow us there and see quite a few of the animals being showcased there throughout the weeks and months ahead. So I believe that's it for today's show. Stephanie, thank you very much. Thanks for doing the first show with me, and congratulations on your year with the Animal Care and Adoption Center in the city of Casa Grande. And we hope to see you next time on Parade of Paws. Bye-bye.